Hello everyone. So today, I, John Hinaro Elron Cal,
And I,
And-
Prince Jeron S. King.
will be discussing bleeding time, or commonly known as BT. Next page. So what is bleeding time? So bleeding time is a medical test that measures how fast blood vessels in the skin stop bleeding and evaluates the function of platelets and the ability of small capillaries to constrict. So, bleeding time is a screening test. So, ginamin kani is, ang bleeding time is not enough to diagnose a disease. So, ang iya nga rather, ginadetect ya ang possible problems in primary hemostasis. Next, please. So, there are several factors. So, first, we have platelet count. So, kung nubo ang imo nga platelets, maprolong man ang imo nga bleeding time. Kay tungod ang imo, there are fewer cells available para mag-form sang clot. Kag second is vascular integrity. So, if ang imo nga blood vessels are weak kag damaged, hindi sila ka-constrict mayad. So, ma-lead naman siya sa longer bleeding. Third is medications. So, mga bulong nga parihas ang aspirin kag other antiplatelet agents, maka-interfere siya sa platelet function kag mag-increase ang bleeding time. Lastly, temperature. So, ang temperature, ga-play man siya sang role. Kung lamig, ga-cause siya sang vasoconstriction, kag kung warm naman, ma-promote naman siya sang faster blood flow. Kung diin, maka-influence siya sang mga results. So, next please. So now, let's move on sa principle naman. So, ang principle sang bleeding time is performed by making a small incision, controlled incision on the skin, and after the incision is made, the time from the start of the bleeding until it completely stops is carefully recorded using a timer. During this process, filter paper is used to gently blot the skin at the blood at regular intervals without disturbing clot formation. The results reflects the interaction between platelets and the blood vessel wall. Therefore, the test is especially useful when a primary hemostatic defect is suspected, such as platelet disorders or vascular abnormalities. Next, please. So, for materials nga needed for blood, so for for bleeding time. So first, we have lancets para sa incision, filtering or blotting paper to absorb blood, timer or stopwatch to measure the duration. Next, please. Stigmamometer para naman pang-control sang blood pressure. Additionally, cotton or gauze para sa cleaning, and alcohol swabs for disinfectant. Next, please. So, there are different methods of performing bleeding time. So, next, please. So, first, we have Jukes method. So, Jukes bleeding time is a simple test which the earlobe or fingertip is pricked with a lancet, and the time taken for bleeding to stop is measured, usually ranging from 2 to 5 minutes. So, Jukes BT is also the simplest and the oldest technique. But this method is less standardized and may give variable results. Next, please. Second, we have IV's method. So, IV's method is the traditional method for carrying out the test. In the IV method, a blood pressure cuff is placed on the upper arm and inflated to 40 mmHg, and a disposable lancet is used to make two separate cuts into the forearm, usually 5 to 10 centimeters apart, and 10 millimeters in length and 1 millimeter deep in quick succession. Next, please. So lastly, we have template BT, which is the newer method and use a glass or plastic template with a transverse slit, which allows a lancet to make a cut on the volar aspect of forearm exactly 11 millimeters long and 1 millimeter deep, which is very sensitive and reproducible test.
Hello, ma'am. Hello, class. I am Prince Jordan Sanchez Quinking, and this is my part, and I will differentiate Duke and IV methods. Okay. First, the Duke method is a simple and traditional procedure used to assess bleeding time. Ga-involve sa puncture ng skin, usually sa fingertip or sa earlobe. Tapos, blood is collected after making a small puncture on the skin. Tapos, ang amo ni nga method, wala ga-require sang pressure cuffs because it is not strictly standardized and results may vary from one test to another. And this amo ni nga method is gina-consider nga old kag less commonly used sa mga modern clinical laboratories due to lower accuracy. Okay. The next method is the IV method. This method is a more standardized and controlled procedure. It is a surgical incision, typically sa volar surface ng forearm. Kung ang Duke method requires blood pressure, ang amo ni nga method, ang IV method, a blood pressure cuff is needed, and it's is inflated to about 40 mmHg para maintain sang consistent capillary pressure. And tapos, blood is blotted at regular intervals, usually every 30 seconds, and using filter paper until ma-stop na ang bleeding. Because of sang amo nga method, it's controlled conditions, it provides more consistent and reliable results. This method mas gina-prefer sa mga laboratory and clinical settings. Tapos, the key difference between these two methods, to summarize it, ang Duke method is simple lang a puncture technique with minimal control and higher variability. Tapos, in the other hand, ang IV method is standardized na with controlled pressure, making it more accurate and reliable. Okay, the next slide. Okay, here we have the procedures. First, ang procedure, identify natin kung diin ang puncture site. So, i-extend natin ang arms ng patient, tapos ipa-face forward natin ang palm, which is the volar surface. From the middle finger, we trace a straight line up to the forearm until 5 centimeters below the elbow crease. This area is chosen because it is a consistent standardized site that gives more reliable results for bleeding time testing. Next, procedure 2. I-clean na natin ang area using cotton ball with 70% alcohol. Important ini para ma-reduce ang mga infection. And pagkatapos na cleaning, i-air dry naton completely so that the alcohol does not interfere with the bleeding process or the test result. Okay. Procedure 3, i-apply na naton ang pressure cuff above the elbow and inflate na naton to about 40 mmHg and i-keep naton exact pressure throughout the test. So, this next step is important kay it standardizes the pressure in the blood vessels, making the results more accurate and comparable. So, ma-start na ta time within 30 to 60 seconds after pakatapos mag-inflate ang cuff. Okay, next procedure. Procedure 4 is i-prepare na natin ang lancet and mahimo na ta ang controlled incision on the mark site. The direction and technique are important here para ang incision maging consistent. Kung too deep ang incision, makos na sinasang excessive bleeding. Kung too shallow man ang incision, it may not give an accurate result. Okay, next. Procedure 5 is, right, pagkatapos na pag-incision, i-remove na natin ang lancet after about 1 second. This ensures that the wound is controlled and standardized. Next, procedure 6 is, now we begin the actual timing observation every 30 seconds. We gently blot using a clean section of filter paper. Importantly that the filter paper does not touch the wound itself para hindi ma-disturb ang clot formation and maapektuhan ang accuracy of the test. Okay, next. Okay. Procedure 7, pagkatapos na ang bleeding or when the bleeding finally stops, i-stop na natin ang timer, record na natin ang bleeding time, and i-release na natin ang blood pressure cuff. This time represents how long it took for the body's platelets and vessels to control bleeding under standardized conditions. Number 8, pagkatapos, apply na natin ang bandage para maprotektahan ang site kag make sure na natin that the patient is comfortable. We also thank the patient kay importante ang cooperation and also important ang reassurance because it is part of good patient care. Lastly, procedure 9, we finally dispose na natin ang mga sharps like needles, remove na ang glasses, perform na natin ang proper doffing, and perform hand hygiene. Essential ini para ma-prevent ang infection and ma-ensure natin ang safety sa aton nga health worker kag sa aton mga pasyente. Next slide. Okay. Now let's talk about the prolonged bleeding time or prolonged BT. May mga few reasons man why bleeding time becomes longer than normal. First, we have the thrombocytopenia. Ang meaning sini that the platelet count in the blood is nubo. Since ang mga platelets responsibilidad nila mag-form sang mga plug to stop bleeding. If reduce ilang numbers, ang body will take naturally longer time to stop bleeding. So second, we have qualitative platelet disorders para sa mga von Willebrand disease. In this case, ang mga numbers sa mga platelets may be normal, pero ang ilang mga function is not working properly. So even though ang mga platelets present sila, pero they cannot properly stick to the damaged blood vessel wall, which ma-delay ang clot formation. So lastly, prolonged BT can also be caused by blood vessels abnormalities. If the vessels are weak or not functioning properly, di sila maka-effectively support clot formation, which makaresulta sa longer bleeding time. So in summary, ang prolonged bleeding time can happen dahil sa low platelet, nubo nga platelet count, abnormal platelet function, or problems sa blood vessels themselves. Okay, next. So, let's talk about on the drug therapy as a cause of prolonged bleeding time. Ang drug intake is actually isa sa mga most common causes sa mga prolonged bleeding time or BT. Because may mga certain medications that can affect platelet function and makadelay sang platelet formation of the platelet plug. For example, ang aspirin is a common drug that prolongs bleeding time because it inhibits platelet aggregation. Amo na ang reason why it should be avoided for at least 1 week before testing. Other medications such as heparin and some antibiotics may also prolong bleeding time by gina-interfere nila ang normal clotting process. In addition, NSAIDs or non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs such as sa mga ibuprofen, tolmetin, sodium, and naproxen can affect platelet function. Ang mga drugs na ini should be advised to be avoided for at least 24 hours before or prior to the test to prevent inaccurate results. So, dapat, before kita mag-perform sa bleeding time test, importante gid na i-ask natin ang mga pasyente natin sa mga medications they have taken recently. So, to prevent any problems. Okay, next. The reference value. Okay. Let's talk about the reference value for bleeding time. Ang abnormal bleeding time depende sa methods na ginagamit. For example, ang Steininger method, ang normal range sang amo nga method is 2 to 9 minutes. This method may show slightly longer bleeding time because it uses a more standardized incision and controlled procedure during the procedure. And ang other nga method, which is the Henry method, ang normal range sang ini nga method is 2 to 8 minutes. Kumpara naton sa Steininger method, mas slightly narrower ang range, pero it still reflects normal platelet function and capillary integrity under standard conditions. So these two reference values, these reference values are important kay kinabulig sa aton paano mag-determine sang patient bleeding time falls within sa normal range or kung prolonged ina, and which kung ga-indicate kung may platelet disorders, vascular abnormalities, or may mga effects of certain medications. Okay. So that ends our presentation. I, Prince John Sanchez Quinking, and
John Hinero Eleron Cal.
thank you for listening and following our presentation. This will be the end, and thank you again.